from friends. Beyond the veil, a journey through the depths of life and love. Before I fell into the sea, the memories are vivid and filled with the carefree spirit of youth and adventure. We were a group of friends, embarking on a boating trip, our hearts brimming with excitement and a thirst for adventure. The sea was rough, but our spirits were high, fueled by the thrill of conquering the untamed waves. I remember standing on the deck of the boat, the salty sea spray misting my face, the wind tangling my hair. Laughter and light-hearted chatter filled the air. We talked about everything and nothing, plans for the future, reminiscing about past adventures, sharing jokes, and making plans for the evening. The atmosphere was one of unbridled joy and companionship. There was a particular conversation I recall having with one of my friends. We were discussing our dreams and ambitions, how we wanted to travel the world, experience different cultures, and make a mark on the world. I shared my desire to write a travel memoir, mixing my adventures with philosophical insights. As the boat cut through the waves, I felt a rush of exhilaration, a sense of freedom and possibility. I leaned over the railing, watching the play of the waves, mesmerized by their power and beauty. Despite the rough seas, I felt invincible, caught up in the moment's thrill, unaware of the impending danger. The weather started to suddenly change. The wind had really picked up and the boat was rocking back and forth. The waves became huge and mesmerizing. The mood was infectious, everyone caught up in the excitement of the trip. We were young, fearless, and ready for whatever adventures lay ahead. Little did I know that in just a few moments, our laughter and dreams would be overshadowed by a turn of events that would change my life forever. As the boat continued its journey, cutting through the rough seas, the atmosphere among us was one of exhilaration and joy. Despite the increasingly choppy waters, our spirits were high, fueled by the sense of adventure and the thrill of being at sea with friends. I remember standing near the edge of the boat, absorbed in the beauty of the ocean, the rhythm of the waves, and the sense of freedom that being on the water always brought me. The boat was bouncing and swaying with the waves, but I felt secure, anchored by my enthusiasm and the camaraderie around me. The events leading up to my fall happened quickly and were somewhat of a blur. A sudden, unexpectedly large wave hit the side of the boat. I recall the shock of the cold water splashing over the railing, the boat tilting sharply to one side under the force of the wave. In that moment, my footing slipped. I remember scrambling to regain my balance, the sound of my friends' voices mixed with the roar of the ocean. Despite my efforts, the combination of the boat's violent motion and the slippery deck betrayed me. I lost my grip on the railing, which I had reached out for in a desperate attempt to steady myself. With a sense of disbelief and a rush of adrenaline, I found myself falling overboard, the ocean rushing up to meet me. The fall felt both instantaneous and drawn out, as if time slowed down in those brief seconds. There was a surreal quality to it, the realization of what was happening colliding with a sense of helplessness. As I hit the water, the shock of the cold was immediate and overwhelming. The rough sea engulfed me, waves crashing over me, pulling me under. The sound of my friends' voices, once so clear and close, became distant, muffled by the all-consuming roar of the sea. That was the moment when the reality of my situation set in. The danger, the fear, and the fight for survival. What had started as an adventurous day with friends had turned into a life-threatening ordeal in a matter of seconds. My heart pounds against my chest like a frantic drum, echoing the chaos of the storm around me. The taste of salt water fills my mouth, bitter and biting, as I am tossed mercilessly by the relentless waves. My arms flail in a desperate attempt to stay afloat, but the sea is a wild beast, untamed and unforgiving. Fear grips me like a vice. It's not just the fear of drowning, but a deeper, more existential terror. The vastness of the ocean makes me feel insignificant, a mere speck in the face of nature's fury. The sky above is a tumultuous canvas of dark, swirling clouds, obscuring the stars that I've always looked up to for guidance. Every time I manage to gasp for air, my lungs are invaded by the stinging spray of the sea. The cold is bone-chilling, seeping into my very core, draining my strength. I remember the impulsive decisions that led me here, on this boat in the middle of nowhere, fighting for my life. Regret washes over me like another wave, but it's drowned by the immediate need to survive. My mind races with thoughts of my friends on the boat. Are they looking for me? Can they even see me in these monstrous waves? I feel so alone, and the realization is crushing. Amidst this chaos, flashes of my life flicker before my eyes. My grandmother's compassionate face, the pebble in my pocket that now seems so far away. Apollo's mimicked words of my poems, and the unspoken words I wish I had shared with my estranged childhood friend. I struggle to keep my head above water, each moment feeling like an eternity. The sheer power of the sea is humbling, and for the first time my adventurous spirit is overshadowed by the raw force of nature. The storm roars around me, a reminder of how unpredictable and uncontrollable life can be. In this moment suspended between life and death, I realize the value of every breath, every heartbeat. My fight for survival is not just against the sea, but also an internal battle to hold on to hope, to believe that I can make it through this, that my story doesn't end here. As the merciless sea continues to batter me, a crushing weariness seeps into my bones. My limbs, once flailing desperately in an attempt to stay afloat, now feel heavy as lead. The cold is no longer just an external force. It has crept inside me, slowing my heartbeat, numbing my thoughts. Hypothermia wraps around me like a dark shroud, and with it comes a terrifying clarity. There's a surreal calmness in this realization, the possibility that I might not survive. Panic, which had been my constant companion, begins to recede, replaced by a profound sadness. I think of the unfinished chapters of my life, the unwritten poems, the unvisited places that I had dreamed of. The faces of my friends on the boat flash before my eyes, followed by the lingering image of my grandmother's comforting smile. I feel a deep sorrow for the words left unsaid, the reconciliations postponed, and the experiences I'll never have. My struggle to stay afloat becomes weaker. Each attempt to move my arms is like moving through thick, resisting molasses. My breathing is shallow, and each breath feels like a precious treasure, a fleeting connection to the life I'm slipping away from. As I start to sink, the underwater world is eerily quiet, a stark contrast to the chaos above. The muffled sounds of the storm seem distant, as if I'm already drifting away from the world I know. My mind, once racing with thoughts and fears, now drifts into a strange, detached state. There's an odd sense of peace mingled with regret. Peace that the fight is over, and regret for all that will be left unexplored, unexpressed. In these final moments, as darkness begins to envelop my vision, my life doesn't flash before my eyes, but rather, it floats around me in fragmented pieces, a mosaic of moments, each a tiny, integral part of my existence. The realization that my journey might end here, in the cold embrace of the sea, is both heartbreaking and strangely accepting. I hold on to my last breath, a silent farewell to a world I'm not ready to leave, but one that seems to be slipping away regardless. In this moment, suspended in the depths of the sea, time seems to slow down, and a profound stillness settles over me. The battle to keep my breath, to resist the inevitable, reaches its end. There's a strange resignation, an acceptance of the fate that I can no longer fight against. As I involuntarily inhale, the seawater rushes into my lungs. It's a sensation unlike anything I've ever experienced. A cold, burning invasion, a violation of the very essence of life. My body's natural reflex to cough and expel the water is futile here. Instead, the water fills me, becoming a part of me in the most intimate and terrifying way. The pain is indescribable, a searing agony that radiates through my chest, yet it's intertwined with a surreal sense of release. The struggle is over, the fight has ended. In these last conscious moments, my mind floats in a liminal space between reality and oblivion. Memories, dreams, fears, and hopes blend into a single stream of consciousness, a final acknowledgement of my existence. Emotionally, there's a profound sadness, a mourning for the life that I'm leaving behind. I think of the people I love, the places I've seen, and the dreams I've held. There's a sense of injustice, a raw anger at the randomness of fate that my story should end this way. But alongside these emotions, there's an unexpected tranquility, a deep and unsettling calm. It's as if, in facing the end, I've transcended the fear and the pain, reaching a state of acceptance. The fight for survival, which has consumed every ounce of my being, fades away, leaving behind a strange peace. The world above, with its storms and struggles, seems distant now. I'm enveloped in the depths of the sea, a world both alien and mesmerizing. In these last moments, as darkness begins to cloud my vision and consciousness slips away, I am alone with the sea, a final embrace in the vast, mysterious expanse of the ocean. In this enigmatic realm of darkness, I find myself untethered from the fears and pains of the physical world. It's a void, yet it doesn't feel empty or cold. Instead, there's a warmth here, a soothing embrace that enfolds me. The darkness is not oppressive. It's more like a soft blanket, comforting and protective. There's a profound sense of peace that permeates this space. It's as if all the noise, the chaos of life and the roaring of the storm have been silenced, replaced by a tranquil stillness. The tumultuous emotions that had gripped me, the fear, the panic, the regret have dissolved away, leaving a serene calmness in their wake. I feel weightless, as if I'm floating in an endless expanse. There's no up or down, no beginning or end, just an eternal present. The boundaries of my body seem blurred, merging with the surrounding void. It's a sensation of oneness, a deep connection with something larger than myself, something ineffable. In this place, time has no meaning. The past, with its memories and regrets, and the future, with its uncertainties and dreams, seem irrelevant. There's only this moment, a timeless now that feels both new and familiar. Despite not knowing where I am, there's no fear or desire to leave. I'm enveloped in a sense of contentment, a feeling that everything is as it should be. It's as if I've stumbled upon a hidden corner of the universe, a secret place where the soul can find rest and rejuvenation. There's a beauty in this darkness, a profound and ineffable beauty that transcends visual experience. It's felt deep within, a resonating harmony that whispers of mysteries and wonders beyond human understanding. In this tranquil void, I feel a deep sense of gratitude, a thankfulness for the journey that brought me here, for every breath, every heartbeat, every moment of my life, no matter how fleeting. This dark place, with its peace and comfort, feels like a final destination, a gentle conclusion to a turbulent journey, offering rest and reflection in the embrace of its serene and endless night. As I float in this tranquil darkness, the appearance of a tiny speckle of light introduces a profound change in the landscape of my consciousness. It's a minuscule, delicate thing, dancing gracefully in the void. This light, despite its initial smallness, radiates a purity and warmth that is immediately captivating. I watch, entranced, as the speckle twirls and pirouettes, each movement seemingly imbued with a life of its own. It's like watching the first star appear in the evening sky, except this star dances with an ethereal, almost playful energy. The way it moves is mesmerizing, like a delicate ballet performed in the cosmos. Slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, the light begins to grow. It expands gently, its brightness intensifying with each passing moment. As it enlarges, the light starts to fill the void, its radiance touching every corner of this dark space. The growth is steady and unhurried, as if the light is gradually revealing its true form and strength. The brightness of the light is astonishing, yet it does not hurt my eyes. Instead, it feels soothing, like the warmth of the sun on a cold day. This light is unlike any I have ever seen. It's not just a physical phenomenon, but seems to possess an emotional quality. It feels like pure love, unconditional, all-encompassing, and infinitely tender. This growing orb of light emits a warmth that I can feel deep within my soul. It's as if the light is communicating in a language beyond words, conveying feelings of acceptance, understanding, and an overwhelming sense of belonging. The light seems to recognize me, not just as a physical being, but as an essence, a spirit. As the light becomes brighter, the space around me is transformed. The darkness recedes, not with reluctance, but as if making way for something far greater. The light envelops me, surrounding me with its brilliance. It's a cocoon of pure energy, pulsating with life and love. In the presence of this light, I feel an indescribable joy, a profound peace that surpasses all understanding. It's as if I am being cradled by the universe itself, held in an embrace of cosmic love. The light, with its gentle luminescence, seems to be healing, mending the fragments of my soul, filling me with a sense of wholeness and completion. This moment feels eternal, outside of time and space, a sacred encounter between my essence and the universal force of love. The light, now a radiant sun, fills me with an overwhelming sense of gratitude and an unshakable knowledge that, despite the trials and tribulations of life, at the core of everything is pure, unconditional love. As the brilliant light engulfs me, a transformation unfolds, and I find myself in a meadow of breathtaking beauty. It's a place that transcends the ordinary, more vivid, more alive than anything I've ever experienced. The air here is suffused with a soft golden light, casting a warm, ethereal glow over everything. The meadow is a tapestry of vibrant colors. Flowers in hues I've never seen before blanket the ground, each petal seeming to pulse with its own inner light. They're not just visually stunning, they emanate a sense of joy and peace, as if they're conscious, happy to exist and be observed. The variety is astounding, delicate blossoms, bold blooms, all swaying gently, as if to an unheard melody. The trees are majestic, their leaves whispering secrets in a language felt rather than heard. Their branches stretch towards the sky, not just reaching for the light but basking in it, celebrating it. The bark is smoother than anything I've touched, and the leaves have a luminescence that seems to dance between shades of green and gold. The air itself is alive with a gentle, harmonious vibration. It's as if the very atmosphere is composed of love, each breath a nurturing embrace for the soul. There's a fragrance in the air, a blend of floral scents and fresh earth, so pure and invigorating that it fills me with a sense of vitality and well-being. In this meadow, fear is an unknown concept. There's an all-encompassing sense of safety, a certainty that here, in this place, nothing can harm me. The usual boundaries between myself and the world around me have dissolved, and in their place is a profound connection to all that is. I am not just in this meadow, I am a part of it, and it is a part of me. Every element here seems to resonate with a deep universal love. The grass under my feet is softer than any fabric, yielding gently to my touch, yet supportive. Even the air seems to caress my skin, a gentle embrace from the world around me. As I look around in amazement, I feel a deep resonant joy. It's a joy born not just from the beauty of my surroundings, but from the sense of unity and peace that pervades this place. The meadow is not just a location, it's an expression of love, a physical manifestation of a state of being where everything is interconnected, where every element sings in harmony with the song of the universe. In this meadow, I am more than just myself. I am a part of a larger whole, a piece of a vast, beautiful and loving existence. The realization is both humbling and elevating, a reminder of the beauty, peace and love that form the essence of all life. As I rise effortlessly above the trees, an exhilarating sense of freedom engulfs me. It's as if I've been unshackled from the constraints of the physical world, liberated into a state of pure, unbounded existence. Flying over the forest, I gaze down upon an expansive, breathtaking panorama of nature's majesty, each tree, hill and mountain more glorious than the last. The emotional impact of this experience is profound, a mixture of awe, joy, and a deep, resonating peace. The sensation of flying is unlike anything I've known. It's not just a physical movement, but a soaring of the soul. The wind rushes past me, not cold or biting, but gentle and invigorating, like the caress of a long-lost friend. Below me, the forest gives way to a vast landscape of varying terrains. Rolling hills, majestic mountains, and lush valleys stretch out as far as the eye can see, each a masterpiece painted by an unseen hand. The beauty of the earth from this vantage point is overwhelming, a vivid reminder of the splendor and complexity of the world. As I fly, I begin to see people, countless people, spread out across the landscape. There's something unique about these individuals. They exude an aura of peace and happiness. It becomes apparent that these are the souls of all who have lived before, a tapestry of human existence woven across time and space. They are engaged in various activities, some alone, some in groups, but all are united by an undercurrent of joy and contentment. Their faces are diverse, reflecting the myriad cultures and epochs of human history, yet they all share a common light in their eyes, a spark of eternal love and understanding. As I pass over them, they look up and wave, their gestures radiating warmth and recognition. It's as if they know me, as though they've been expecting me. Their waves are not just greetings, they are affirmations of a shared journey, acknowledgements of a common origin and destiny. Each wave, each smile feels like a personal message of love and encouragement, a silent communication that transcends language and time. I look on in amazement and complete contentment, deeply moved by this display of unity and affection. In this moment, I am not just an observer, I am a part of this incredible tapestry of life. The love that emanates from these souls is palpable, enveloping me in a feeling of belonging and connection. The experience of flying over this landscape, witnessing the joy and peace of these timeless souls, fills me with an indescribable sense of gratitude and wonder. I realize that this journey is more than just a physical flight. It's a spiritual odyssey, a journey into the heart of what it means to be human. In this celestial voyage, I am both lost and found, exploring the infinite realms of existence, yet deeply anchored in the eternal truth of love and unity that binds us all. Descending gently into another meadow, this one surpassing the first in its breathtaking beauty, I land softly on the lush grass. The vibrancy of this place is even more intense, its colors more vivid, its life force stronger. It's a paradise that seems to be the essence of nature's magnificence. As I begin to explore this new, enchanting meadow, I become aware of an extraordinary sensation. I can see in every direction at once, a complete 360-degree vision. It's a bewildering yet exhilarating experience. My perception has transcended human limitations. I can see the delicate flowers at my feet, the majestic trees standing tall behind me, and the endless sky above all simultaneously. This panoramic view provides an overwhelming sense of connection to my surroundings, as if I am part of the meadow itself. While taking in this marvel, my attention is drawn to a figure in the distance. A very handsome man. There's something deeply familiar about him, a sense of recognition that resonates in the core of my being. Strangely, I can't recall ever meeting him before, yet the feeling of love that surges within me is undeniable. As I approach him, our eyes meet, and there's an instant connection, a silent understanding that transcends words. His presence is comforting, like returning home after a long journey. He has an aura of warmth and kindness, his eyes reflecting a depth of wisdom and compassion. His smile is gentle, yet it holds the promise of 1,000 untold stories. The peculiar part is, while I'm certain I've never seen him before in my life, every aspect of him feels intimately familiar. His features, though new to my eyes, seem to have always been etched in my heart. It's as if he embodies all the love, all the kindness, and all the warmth I've ever known or yearned for. This encounter is surreal. Standing in his presence, I feel a profound sense of peace and completeness. It's as though he is a missing piece of my soul, now returned. The connection between us is palpable, a magnetic pull that is both spiritual and emotional. In this beautiful meadow under the boundless sky, the meeting feels like a destined moment, something written in the stars long before either of us set foot in this ethereal place. The love I feel for this man is deep and unconditional, a love that transcends physical existence, suggesting that perhaps we have known each other in ways beyond the confines of this lifetime. The experience is both mysterious and familiar, a paradox that adds to the beauty of the moment. In this magical meadow with its 360-degree vision, the encounter feels like a glimpse into the mysteries of the soul, a reminder of the deep connections that exist in the unseen tapestries of our lives. As I stand before this enigmatic man, communication transcends the need for spoken words. Instead, our exchange is one of pure emotion, a language that is profoundly more expressive and intimate than any verbal dialogue. Each sentiment conveyed between us is rich and multifaceted, carrying layers of meaning that words could never fully capture. He begins to impart a feeling to me, a complex tapestry of emotions that, despite their wordless form, I understand with startling clarity. The primary sensation is one of gentle but insistent urging, a message that I need to return, to go back to the life I left behind. This message is interwoven with undertones of love, care, and a deep, sorrowful understanding of my desire to stay. As this emotional communication envelops me, a profound sense of conflict arises within. The beauty and peace of this place have touched something deep in my soul, and the thought of leaving it behind fills me with a visceral sense of loss. In response, I project my own emotions back to him, a plea, a heartfelt entreaty to stay in this serene and beautiful realm. My emotions are a mix of longing, desperation, and a quiet despair at the thought of departing this place of tranquility and returning to the complexities of the physical world. His response, however, remains firm, though not unkind. He conveys a feeling of unwavering resolution, tempered with compassion and empathy. His emotions speak of a greater purpose, a necessity that goes beyond what I currently understand. There's a sense of assurance in his stance, a knowledge that my journey is not meant to end here, that there are reasons important and fundamental for my return. The emotional exchange between us is heart-rendingly poignant. In his firmness there is no coldness, only a profound sense of responsibility and care. It's as if he knows something vital about my destiny, something that necessitates my return to the life I've known. Amidst this wordless conversation, I feel a dawning realization, an acceptance that begins to seep into my consciousness. It's a recognition of the transient nature of this encounter, and the understanding that some paths, no matter how beautiful, are not meant to be followed to their end. His emotional insistence is a guidepost, directing me back to a journey that is unfinished, to lessons yet to be learned, and to a destiny that is waiting to be fulfilled. The emotional intensity of this interaction leaves me with a profound sense of bittersweet acceptance. I understand that this is not a permanent goodbye, but rather a temporary parting. With a heart heavy yet filled with gratitude for this encounter, I prepare myself to embrace the path that lies ahead, carrying with me the love and wisdom imparted in this transcendent meadow. As I relinquish my hold on the ethereal meadow, an intense sensation of being pulled backwards envelops me. It's as if an invisible force has taken hold of me, propelling me away from the tranquil beauty of the meadow, the majestic mountains and the vibrant trees. These serene images recede rapidly, blurring into streaks of color as my speed accelerates. The sensation of movement is overwhelming. It's not just a physical sensation, but an all-encompassing experience that transcends mere physicality. I'm moving at an incredible speed, so fast that it defies comprehension. The landscape around me becomes a whirl of colors and lights, zipping away in a dizzying display of speed and motion. As I hurtle through this void, a growing sense of heaviness begins to take over. It's a stark contrast to the weightlessness I felt in the meadow. This heaviness intensifies with every passing second, grounding me in a way that feels both unfamiliar and oppressive after the freedom of my recent experiences. The velocity of my movement continues to increase, and with it, the heaviness becomes almost unbearable. It feels as though I am being compressed, every atom of my being squeezed under an immense force. The sensation is disorienting, a stark reminder of the physical limitations of my body. Then, suddenly, there's a moment of intense, all-consuming pressure, a feeling of being compacted into an infinitesimal point, and with a resounding bang, I am thrust back into my body. The return to my physical form is jarring. The heaviness is not just a sensation, but a reality. My body feels dense, each limb laden with an unimaginable weight. The stark difference between the ethereal lightness of the meadow and this physical heaviness is striking. I feel every inch of my body acutely, a sensation that is both grounding and confining. My chest rises and falls with each heavy breath, a stark reminder of the life force that still courses through me. The air feels thick in my lungs, each breath an effort after the effortless existence I had just experienced. Learning that I was pulled from the brink of death by a friend, who then tirelessly worked to bring me back to life, evokes a whirlwind of emotions within me. The realization that I was unconscious, not breathing, and so close to the end, yet was saved by the timely intervention of a friend, is both humbling and overwhelming. Gratitude is the most potent emotion that surges through me. It's a deep, all-encompassing thankfulness towards my friend, whose actions were nothing short of heroic. The thought that someone cared enough to fight for my life, to physically breathe life back into me, instills a profound sense of appreciation and love. This act of selflessness and bravery speaks volumes about the strength and depth of human connection and compassion. There's also a sense of awe and disbelief. It's hard to fathom that I was in such a dire situation, teetering on the edge of life and death, and have no memory of it. The contrast between my vivid experiences in the other realms and the complete absence of memory of this critical moment is disorienting. It's as if two different realities exist, one where I experienced profound spiritual journeys, and another, more tangible one, where my life hung by a thread. A feeling of vulnerability accompanies this revelation. The knowledge that my life was so fragile that I was completely reliant on someone else's actions for my survival is sobering. It brings into sharp focus the unpredictability of life and the thin line that often separates existence from cessation. Mixed with these emotions is a renewed appreciation for life. The realization that I was given a second chance, that I have been brought back from the very brink, fills me with a renewed sense of purpose and determination. It's as if I've been granted a new lease on life, and with it, an opportunity to reevaluate my priorities, relationships, and the path I wish to follow. Curiosity and a thirst for understanding also emerge. My experiences, while unconscious, especially the vivid, transcendent realms I journeyed through, spark a deep curiosity about the mysteries of life, consciousness, and the human experience. It leaves me with a hunger to explore these experiences further, to understand their meaning, and to integrate them into my renewed life. Overall, the revelation of my near-death experience and miraculous revival is a life-altering moment, filled with gratitude, awe, vulnerability, and a profound appreciation for the preciousness of life and the bonds that tie us to one another. If you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Visit my channel for more content like this. You're welcome to let me know your experiences in the comments below. Thank you for watching.